Atlanta District Attorney Fanny Willis is on trial, and she's on trial because they accuse her of benefiting financially from having another guy, Wade, benefit from a relationship with him. How she benefited? He paid for her vacation trips or her plane tickets, but she got the money from her job anyways for the trip. From my understanding, if I'm reading it correctly, from my understanding, so that makes her benefit from their relationship because he's paying for everything, but she taking the money from the job for the trips. If you understand what I'm saying. Now, there's so many jobs from my side of the earth to your side of the earth, whoever listening to this, where people sleep with each other on the jobs. You know, people can be married and still find somebody to sleep with on the job. People can have girlfriend and boyfriend and still find somebody to sleep with on the job. So this stuff happens every day, is what I'm trying to say. You know, so when I saw this story, I'm like, who cares who's sleeping with who? As long as they adults and ain't no breaking the law, anybody can go with anybody. Um, that's what came in my mind. Who cares? That's their business. They grown. That's what they do. I've seen it a million times before since I got my first work permit to work somewhere. Or did I work in a restaurant? You know what I've seen? Married people cheating, waiters, young waiters cheating with the older manager boss, uh, the the bussers bussing the tables cheating with each other. It was a lot going on, and it didn't matter what color people was. It could be white and black. It could be Hispanic and black. It could be white and white, black and black, Hispanic and Hispanic. It didn't matter. It was going on though. So this type of stuff I'm numb to because it happens every day. You put men and women in the room, as I always say, somebody gonna like each other. Something gonna happen. Somebody gonna uh, end up in a relationship, end up close together. It's just the way it is with men and women. Don't matter what the color is. Don't matter too much what the weight is. Somebody gonna like each other. Just the way it is. Now, this case to me is more to do with Trump trying to get out of this trial, this attempt to overturn an election in 2020. So, but even that I don't get because he got so many cases against him. If you successfully blow up this case and get out of this case, you're not going to beat all these cases. You already got a half a billion in penalties and fees and whatever convictions that you got to pay. So, what's the big deal with this case? Is it to establish that everybody trying to try you is a corrupt against you? I don't know. I guess there's some legal stuff. But for me, this case just makes no sense. The lady done her job and is trying somebody for trying to overturn an election illegally in her state. And next thing you know, she put on trial. Crazy how the system works. We thought the system worked one way with integrity, with honor, decency. It turns out the system works a whole different way. They can go after they can prosecute the prosecutor, which we rarely see much anywhere. But they can prosecute the prosecutor. I would argue they only prosecute certain prosecutors. I lived it long enough, you know, certain prosecutors better watch it. But for me, my whole big deal on this is who cares? People sleep and creep with each other every day. And both of these people are divorced, um, and they both single, and they do what they do. Who cares? Now, the only thing I wouldn't have did personally, if I was Fanny or Wade, I'm not finna hire somebody I'm sleeping with and put them on the same case. That's not finna happen. Because when you get into the mix, into the limelight, into this political stuff, they gonna dig all in your background, all in your, whatever they can find, and they're gonna try to stick it to you. So if you're in a situation like that, in a high profile case where they can dig in your garbage, so to speak, why would you add this guy to the case? Or maybe you just think it ain't gonna happen to you. Maybe you think, oh, they're not gonna figure that out. They're not gonna go back that far. Well, they did. Somebody, private investigator, got the phone records for Fanny Willis and maybe Wade, and they found out Wade was at her house 35 times. And he was at her house even before the Trump case. So what they're thinking is that this relationship started before the Trump case. But I think Fannie and Wade testified that this relationship started after the Trump case started. But now they're figuring out that this case, that their relationship might have started before the Trump case. And if that is correct, if the judge find that to be correct, then they're both like perjury. Lying on the stand, lying under oath, perjury, which could mess up the attorney careers, whatever, get them disbarred, all that, which is all within the individual they going after gains. You go after him, he gonna try to go back after you. But a lot of these cases he going through, he ain't gonna have nothing on the people. It's just gonna be a bunch of foolishness, which I think this case is, putting somebody on trial for who they sleeping with, and it's a legal relationship. That's kind of foolish to me. You're allowed to sleep with whoever you want to sleep with, as long as it's legal. Um, it's foolish, man. I don't get none of it. When I read into it and looked into it, first thing I thought was, who cares? That's on them. They grown. Now the perjury thing, okay. You shoot a shot, you hope you make it. And this is what I look at that. Who's ever around Donald Trump them shot a shot, dug in some garbage, found some stuff, and they hope they make it. They hope it's enough to derail the case. I don't think so, because Trump tried to have the case dismissed, and the people didn't dismiss the case. They let it keep going. So I don't think it's enough to dismiss the case. Period. Crazy, 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 but it is what it is. And that's my little 2 cents on this. I'm out.